I'm doing well. It's Big Share Day.
Yay!
How are you?
I'm great. I'm excited for you guys.
Thank you. I know you've been a supporter of the Big Share for such a long time.
Yes.
Starting out at Madison Community Foundation, who's still our presenting sponsor.
It's fantastic. I remember when they first started supporting you all and the idea of helping with building capacity for the Big Share, and it was really important to the Community Foundation to be able to support a nonprofit working, of course, with other nonprofits to get their sea legs on a new project and really help them understand how to do it and to get good at it and to be able to sustain it year over year. So that was a really important funding project for the Community Foundation, and as I understand, continues to be today, which is really, really great. It's a testament, I think, to the incredible work that Community Shares does with Big Share, but also, with the work you do, your mission overall. So congratulations.
Thank you. Yes, we can't believe it's year 7 of the Big Share. We're on our way to raising $500,000 today, which is incredible.
Wow.
So yes, we're very fortunate to have so many supporters, individuals, partner businesses, folks in the community like you who cheerlead behind us and help us do so well in the midst of so much going on for everybody in the midst of COVID and the impacts of the pandemic. I'm glad to be with you here today at the Harmony Bar. I'd be interested to hear more of just kind of how the business is doing.
Sure.
Where things are at for you all.
Sure, yeah, and I think a day like today for folks who've been working at home for so long, and to be able to just kind of take that computer break too, and just give yourself that opportunity to kind of watch and have fun and learn and give and all that. So I hope folks are coming out for you today, and we'll continue to for the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we, your question was how we've been impacted.
Yeah, how's Harmony Bar doing? I see lots of great precautions in place for safety, which is awesome. Yeah, well, going back to March, we're almost a year, as you know well, but St. Patrick's Day was the day that we closed at 5 o'clock, and every year we do a traditional St. Patrick's Day meal, corned beef and cabbage and Irish stew, and so we were, knew that things were different and that there was, the pandemic was coming, but really that day was kind of a shock to all of us that it came when it did. And so we ended up closing for 46 days, and just to sort of figure out what to do next, because the Harmony is just this wonderful gathering place for the neighborhood and for the community. And when you can't gather, it's kind of a bit of a identity crisis for a business like ours. So we had to try and figure out, what we wanted to do moving forward, how to survive like everybody else. So we regrouped and decided to go full tilt boogie on our takeout business, because obviously that's what everybody in the community was wanting and needing, was to stay at home but still wanting to support local businesses and still wanting to get their favorite food, which in our case we sell a lot of walnut burgers here at the Harmony Bar. So I'm a fan.
Yeah, me too. So people still wanted their walnut burgers, and so we made the decision to open back up and take precautions when people are inside the building getting their takeout, or doing curbside pickup. So us talking between this sneeze guard is one of the many things that we've done. Like every other business, amp up on your hand sanitizer, and for a restaurant in particular, we had COVID guidelines that we have to adhere to according to Dane County Public Health, and so we've been just keeping up with the guidelines as the weeks and months have worn on. So basically just trying to adapt in the best way we can and to hang on, because we are a business that once everybody gets vaccinated and people feel safe coming out, we're going to be busy again, and probably busier than ever. We opened an outdoor patio last year, thanks to the city, who's just done a terrific job helping local businesses like ours to sort of fast track permitting and things like that, and extend permitting. So we have a great outdoor space that we're going to keep, I hope, long term. So yeah, those were sort of the lemonades that you made out of the lemons of what's been going on, was trying to find ways to improve or enhance your product, while you're just trying to hang on and get through it. So yeah.
That's so hard, and I'm so glad to see you all hanging on. Your business is a staple in the community, in the neighborhood, and I think the values of community shares, of just folks supporting one another, the arts that happen with the Harmony Bar, the value of food in building community is all so important and critical to people just feeling like they can thrive in our community. So we definitely want to see the Harmony Bar hang on. And if I remember correctly, you all have a GoFundMe page going to help just for folks who are able to support.
We do, and it's, you never would think that you as a business would be fundraising, right? Like a nonprofit. We just would never have imagined that, and now I sort of understand that, from that perspective. And yes, we had a wonderful longtime employee who, this is his only job, and he has been working here forever. He knows everyone knows him. His name is Marcus. There's people out there that probably know Marcus, and he very lovingly came to me and said, hey Brennan, I think we should do this. And it's hard to reach out and ask for help. So we did. He convinced me to do it, and it just is a testament to, our community is so generous, giving to the Big Share, giving to, all these nonprofits in general. We have fundraisers here for all sorts of organizations, and it doesn't surprise me that people came, stepped up and gave back to us, and just out of goodwill, but also they want to see places like this survive and thrive once this is all over. And it's been incredible. I'm so grateful, and I know your donors are make you all feel really grateful once again, and sort of it's that nice sort of rubber stamping, I think, of your organization to this time of year, to say, yep, Big Share, it's important. Community shares is important. All these organizations are really important and do incredible work in the community, and it's just time to step up. So
I think the pandemic feels to me like it's really shown people the impact that they can have on one another, whether that's through helping to buy groceries for a neighbor, helping to watch somebody else's child, just that kindness that can be extended towards one another, as well as through financial contributions that people make, and knowing like, yes, I may have $5 and that may not feel like a lot to me, but collectively, when we're all doing what we can, it makes such a big difference. And I think that's what we've seen happen behind the community supporting businesses, nonprofits, individuals, as well as what we're seeing right now today with the Big Share of people who are giving a minimum donation of $5, and seeing that collectively, when thousands of us do that, that means we can raise $500,000 in a day, which is incredible and so needed, as Community Share 70 member nonprofits, as you know, are doing this long-term social justice work that's going to help us be able to weather the next set of chaos, the next pandemic, better, because we're not just going to go back to the way things were before. We're going to have a more just recovery that creates a community and a society that's better for all of us, and I'm so excited for that.
Absolutely. And I think back at my time at the Community Foundation and doing philanthropy, and when you work in the nonprofit world, you really see the impact of all of these organizations and what they're doing. And if you don't work in the nonprofit field, sometimes you don't see the impact. And I think you're right. What the pandemic has done is sort of opened more people's eyes, and it sort of expanded or enhanced people's understanding of what a small amount of money or a small gesture can do to have such a big impact. And so I really think that, again, lemonades during this time is one of those eye-opening experiences for people that they may not have had before. Even myself, as now just I'm a business owner, and I was in the nonprofit field, but more and more now I think I know how important philanthropy is, because I've been the beneficiary of it now, and I want to give back to others as well. So I'm going to make sure that I continue to do that moving forward. And just a reminder of how important it is.
That's helpful to hear. And speaking of lemonade, I know there's not lemons in it, but I'll take an orange in an old fashioned, I think, if we want to switch over for a bit and make some cocktails and help everybody think about how they can have cocktails here or at home during our happy hour.
That sounds great.
Awesome. Hi, Kurt. I would love an old fashioned and for you to show folks at home how you're making it.
Okay, I would love to. So we'll start out with the top here, a couple of orange slices, cherries, and then I usually ask people what they like as far as brandy, bourbon, whiskey.
Brandy would be my preference, and sweet.
That is the most common one.
Here I am being an average person.
Yeah, it's a Korbel Old Fashioned Sweet would be the state drink, I would say.
Excellent.
So I put a little sugar in there.
I think I got that from my grandpa. I believe that was his go-to drink.
A little bitters. And then a little sweet. And then we start with the muddling. And you can use a lot of different things, but wood is good because it doesn't break in the glass. I've broken a few things off in the glass.
I could see that happening.
And the sturdier the glass, the better. Then ice, and I ask people, like I said, sweet, sour, or press. You want to add the Korbel, top it off with sweet, and then some people like it mixed up a little bit, so you can always dump it out into a glass, mix up the fruit a little bit.
Okay.
Come back. There you go.
Voila.
Give you a little extra on top.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
That looks great. All right. And Kurt, you were going to make us another drink. What are we doing next?
We are going to do a margarita up, my favorite way.
Ooh, okay.
So, what I like to do is chill the glass a little bit for all martinis. Then put a little ice in here.
Was that more water that you added into the glass, or?
This is water, yeah.
Yeah.
Just water to keep the glass cold. I'll dump it out. Pick a tequila that you like. I think for the money, Milagro is my favorite. A little triple sec. And then I like to just use fresh lime juice.
Okay.
So I'll squeeze a couple limes in here. Carbonation is a good thing, but I try to keep it away from my favorite alcohol for the most part. And then we'll put a little salt on the rim. 3 of these. All right. Dump that out. Now I know how difficult it is to do these shows and keep people interested as you're cooking or making things.
People are entranced.
It's a lot harder than you think it is. All right.
Ooh, lime around the edges of the glass.
So, yeah, if you break the little thing here, a good tip for at home, if you cut a slice right here, open it up and just kind of break one of those off.
Okay.
You'll get a little bit better moisture, which allows you to put a little salt on the rim.
Cool.
And I'll probably...
And I hear you are a community share supporter yourself, Kurt.
I am.
What brought you to be supportive of community shares?
Well, I think, like we were talking about earlier, it was something I got in the mail.
Excellent.
And I read up about it, and it's been about 10 or 12 years, I would say.
Wow. Longtime donor Kurt, supporting local nonprofits.
I'm just try to pour it underneath the level of the salt.
Okay.
Just a little, because the salt will fall into the drink.
Okay.
Which isn't the worst thing, but I like to avoid that. Just put a little lime on there, and there you have it.
Awesome. Thank you, Kurt.
You're welcome.
These look fantastic. All right, we've got our cocktails. Hopefully all of you have cocktails at home as well. I'm gonna keep chatting with Brennan, and I hope that you all consider giving now at thebigshare.org and joining us and following along at the conversation at #CSWBigShare and just helping to build on the momentum. So Brennan, one thing I'm thinking about from what you said earlier is just the community and values that we have here and all the arts that interact with the Harmony Bar. I'm interested, for me personally, I know I'm a huge fan of concerts and seeing live music. I've come to the Harmony Bar for performances before. Interested to hear what you all have been able to do in the midst of the pandemic to support our local arts community.
Yes. It's been terribly difficult, and having a lot of conversations with musicians and folks who have played here at the Harmony about how they're doing during all of this. But what we were able to do with an outdoor patio that I had mentioned is have a little bit of live music. Solo guitarists don't want to make too much noise because we're in the middle of a neighborhood, but the neighborhood has been amazingly supportive, and so we've been able to have a little bit of live music outside, pay the performers. Performers, of course, get tips, and that's been something that on both counts they've really missed in the last year, especially folks who are doing it full time and trying to make a go of it as a career. So we've been able to do a little bit of outside. A couple of weeks ago, we had David Landau. He's our wonderful kids musician, and he used to play every Monday night here, and we'd have the back room be filled with just a gaggle of kids and parents and pizza and walnut burgers and the kids dancing and singing to David's music. Couldn't do that, so he and I cooked up a virtual kids show a couple weeks ago.
Awesome.
And that was, I think, really fun and kind of a nice break from winter as well. So we did that, and then we've been live streaming some music from the Barrymore. The Barrymore's been putting on some shows, so we've been live streaming, and a few people, have socially distanced in our dining room, just a kind of very small, very, limited crowd, but trying to support live music in any way we can, and we just look forward to being able to bring it back as soon as possible.
Yes, I'm so fascinated to see what happens as more people get vaccines and as the pandemic eases, of just how quickly are concerts going to be selling out, and places are going to be packed as everybody's ready to get going and start embracing life to its fullest after this.
When another bar owner in the neighborhood told me recently, he said, "Brennan, when we get back to normal," he said, "it's going to be all about live music and hugs." So,
I look forward to that. That works perfectly for me.
Live music, I thought that'd be a great t-shirt.
Definitely.
Live music and hugs.
True. Get that on a Harmony t-shirt. That makes me realize that shortly folks are going to be able to tune in and watch a live concert performance tonight through thebigshare.org on our live stream. Lords of the Trident is a local band that's been doing these virtual shows and benefiting community shares the last many months, helping to raise thousands of dollars for us. And they're going to join us tonight, so our audience can tune in and support them, enjoy music and fun, all in support of the Big Share.
Great. Before or after? Give before and give after.
Yes,
right?
Give as much as you can. Before we wrap up, before I head out, I'm curious, what are the best ways for folks to be able to come interact with the Harmony in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, certainly ordering online, takeout, curbside pickup, and we do have 25% capacity here, so people who feel it's a safe environment then can come in and have a bite to eat, and then as soon as it gets warm, we can get back outside and open up there. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for all of your support, Brennan. I appreciate it immensely, and am glad to have the Harmony Bar in our community.
Thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Hope you're enjoying cocktails at home, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic, and that you're ready to continue the rest of the night with us for the Big Share. Please continue to give and tell your friends.